off me. You know, my conscience is not for everybody. No, the trait of me. You want to be disturbing your fucking peace, you weird ass. I said what the fuck I said. No, for real, for real. Why are you fighting the air for? You watching me when you can be entertained by somebody else. I must really entertain you that much? Because you're taking your time out of the day, then they have so much hate. And the trait gonna be return back and say, you weird ass bitch. I said what the fuck I said. My content is not for everybody. No, it's a straight thought for me. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. I am Naya, genuine love, respect. To the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, I hope all is well on your end. No, it the check on me for the person in the back that got so much to say, bitch, you're wearing a mask and it fucking fell off. No, it's really trying to throw for me. Entertainment purposes only. You know, I'll get to the genuine ones in a minute. But there's the train of thought for me. How motherfuckers swear you talk about like a bad habit, but goddamn bitch, your mask fell off. Oh! No, for real, for real. Someone want to shortchange you mentally, physically, spiritually, even financially. Make sure you ain't got a roof over your head, all because you speaking the truth. You weird bitch, but just your manager, your supervisor about to find out what you did. And there's a trait off me. You know, certain people and individuals, when you a drinker, whatever the case may be, having your most vulnerable situations become your most embarrassing situations. I did that. No, trait on me. Yeah, bitch, you did that. No, that's what trait on me. When you realize you let go certain unhealthy habits and why you stand before yourself today, you know, your work psychology. Damn, bitch, I ain't psyching myself out my own thought process. No, and the trait thought for me. This motherfucker decided to say, you know what? Hey, friend, let's have a good time tonight. No problem. You ever been in an awkward situation when someone invites you somewhere where folks don't like them, but they love you? No, that the trait though for me. I decided for this bullshit shit. And they trying to figure out the day, why everybody so in tune with you? I don't know. What did you do? I didn't do shit to these people. When you find out what's going on, you're like, damn, friend, that's why they mad at you, because you telling the truth. Let's have a good night. No, for real, bro. You ever had one of those friends where they going through so much pain and shit, and they trying to figure out their mental because nobody hears them or won't let feel like they're not being seen and shit? So you say, you know what, let's go get a drink or whatever case may be. So you go back to their crib or whatever case may be. They having little difficulties in their household and shit or whatever the case may be. The management company fucking trying to shortchange them their own fucking mental health. Are you okay? What the fuck? How you ain't got no water, bitch? This motherfucker decides to do a little bit more drink what they was fucking supposed to. You ever screamed within, but it came out too loud? And the train gonna be, friend, you on fire, bitch, and the train gonna be. This motherfucker forgets that they motherfucker had a candle on a fucking sink area. Are you okay? Ooh. Yeah. Remind me of Home Alone real quick, bitch. I was about to go home. And check up for me. No, for real. When you realize at the end of the day, someone invites you somewhere and you just trying to make sure you give them good company or whatever case may be, they going through a lot of stress and shit. But only the rest, hold on 1 second. Friend, you really depressed. Because how the fuck did we end up here? No, for real. You ever sat down with somebody and realized what they had going on and they didn't have to tell a lie? No, for real. A motherfucker will put somebody in a bad situation at the end of the day and you sitting there talking to your friend like, damn. You know, I know you personally, but I got to step away from this friendship for a second to realize at the end of the day, you know, wrong for speaking up for yourself. That's some fucked up shit. You know, I talk to you sober in the morning. No, it can shake off of me. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. It was never a flex when it comes to not fumbling yourself. Understand that unconditional love truly hits different. Balancing yourself. Understanding coming from poverty and pain. Folks try to dim your light to discourage you, but who would have knew? God didn't make you outdated. It'd be the train of thought for me. Because God endured the gift within you. You know, having potential. You was never the issue. Being authentic will bother certain folks' time and day when it come to vocabulary. When they had the lot of projected on you. I may get lost in my words, but I ain't for you. You know, maintain the smile that made you so uncomfortable because I chose me to go within. It'd be a train of thought for me. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. They said you act in your corner, you are nobody. They said you act in your corner, you are nobody. Dang. They try to strip everything from you. They want to make you homeless. The loud lies that they had to tell you about you. But God didn't lie. Because God allowed you to elevate, to hold yourself accountable before that action. When it came to that conversation that day, when someone said, hold on one second, you was being aggressive, but that was never endured within you. When they wanted to see you down and get a reaction, hold on one second, God was maintaining your smile. Walk away, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Walk away, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Didn't have hate in my vein. That energy hits different when you understand time and day. A reality can't understand. That was the biggest flex. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. Catching a blessing. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Damn. Folks will love to paint a narrative, didn't matter their job description. Making sure they're like the good guy on their worst day. Understand it. Hold on one second. You wasn't trying to project pain. I may get lost in my words, but I make sense at the end of the day to the average person who understand when bullyism looks like a posting person being authentic. They wanted to dim your light, but you caught your blessings. They want you to dim your light, but you caught your blessings. How they try to antagonize you. They send the enemy to truly approach you so you can get out of character, but it went left. You never overlooked. You got your next door neighbor telling you every move like a bad habit. Didn't matter. They tax bracket. They want you homeless, stripped from everything so you won't be mentally stable. But God truly shows you what uncomfortable look like when God brought you balance while you stand before yourself today. You know how it feels to be on an empty stomach. How folks be trying to humble you. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. Here, neighbor. Catch your blessings, don't dim your light. Elevation hits different, was never competition. You know, when you don't run from your past, it makes certain folks uncomfortable. They will never understand that unconditional love can truly last self-love. The energy hits different when it took a group of people in different communities on tax bracket to dim your light, to discourage you all because you understood value, time and day, self-reflect and balance. And at the end of the day, it was never hate. I ain't have to go tit for tat with these fools when they was trying to play with sport to make me mentally ill. You always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Loving yourself, not to dim your light. It's not a crime to be authentic. You know, I never signed up for someone's one-sided competition, let alone contract at the end of the day with your malicious intentions. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. Folks be swearing if you took them off like a bad habit. Damn, bitch, your mask fell off like you're a bad addict. You're a badass addict! Oh my God! That's why you try to shortchange me. Try to dim my light when it came to my narcotics that day. But that's part of my path because I overcame. You try to dibble and dabble with my food, let on my drink to pay me out to be the fool. You try to make me feel like I'm supposed to be a crash out there, the wild out, but you don't understand the God and door within me. Understand the unconditional love. Hold on one second, I ain't have to abuse the system. At the end of the day, I was trying to become my best soul vision of myself. They say get your life together, and as soon as you do, they rather kick you down and paint you out to be the fool. I don't sit on my ass all day, but you pay me out to be the villain in your story when I wasn't trying to catch a case. Everybody moves on their own pace. As long as you put the potential in every single day, they would never understand growth when it comes to maturing, acting your body weight. Not your shoe size, the lies, hold on one second, then add up. When you look at me like competition when I was never competing, neighbor, it'd be the train of thought for me. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. It's disgusting to see how someone will try to antagonize you, or someone will plot a scene or do things just to get you out of character or get a reaction out of you. Or someone will send spillwork towards you like your next door neighbor in different tax brackets, didn't matter their age or their culture or religion at the end of the day with their bad habits. You know, being authentic is not a crime. And when someone says that nobody's going to effing believe you, you're not wrong for speaking up for yourself, and I say that respectfully. I just hope and pray that nobody does that to your loved one, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Put them in a situation where they have to speak up for themselves. Put them in a situation where they're not wrong for speaking up for themselves, and they never have malicious intentions towards their neighbor, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. How you try to say that someone's not going to believe somebody, how you going to do a hate crime towards somebody, and as soon as the innocent person speaks up, got behind the scenes making sure that nobody sees this innocent person's light, because y'all trying to rob them mentally, physically, spiritually, even financially. Like you said, ain't nobody going to hear me. I'm naive and I'm respecting. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. There's no need to watch me, then watch me at the end of the day with your negative energy. And I say that respectfully. You said I was a joke of your conversation. You try to ruin my reputation because you lack self-awareness when it comes to self-control, talking about the end of the day that you truly were. But you so mad within that you didn't even understand your own healthy habits, to truly love yourself, how you look over yourself, getting lost in your own words, being comfortable. I bother your train of thought at the end of the day because I made the end possible look good. You try to lie on my name and discourage me, but one thing I never ran from was my past. The energy is different. I'm very so much thankful that God allows certain doors in my life to close for all the right reasons with your badass habits. You know, when God reveals the enemy, let on the devil, God didn't lie at the end of the day. Because we're on two different levels. I ain't got hated my van. I know how to respect my neighbor. Regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age, we ain't the same. How folks will try to lie on your name with bad habits, paint you out to be the bad guy, let alone somebody who truly wasn't. Because they wanted to control a narrative. But you wasn't wrong for speaking up for yourself. You know, when they said that nobody's going to hear you, so they have to make sure that they're behind the scenes of paying this person, paying that person, in different departments too, to make sure that you don't elevate, to make sure that your voice is not irrelevant. They will send spell work toward you, gang stalk you, got your next door neighbor telling you every move like a bad habit. They're mad at tax bracket, energy harvesting off your energy, but they know how to put respect in your name with all the lies that they told, keeping an eye on you. It be the train of thought for me. But they hide behind spell work like God didn't see them. God points you in a direction to understand the vision they can relate to. Confidence. It ain't the same. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I may be whacking corny to the average person, but I knew how to respect my neighbor because I was far from my hater. We ain't the same. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm Naya G on love respect. And my content is not for everybody. I don't got a destiny swipe with nobody. I got my own anointings, my own blueprint that God endowed within me. I'm far from miserable when you try to humble me. The disrespect was loud, but I still knew how to stay in my lane. All the lies you had to tell on my name when we didn't even actually beat it. We wasn't even actually on the same page. We wasn't. Didn't matter if you came from poverty and pain. You try to take the best out of somebody to humiliate them. Try to kick them down, discourage them, because of the fact that your tax bracket was high in somebody's position. But the best thing when you take out of somebody at the end of the day, you thought it was their confidence. You know, and nowadays it's like, it don't matter how old somebody is. Somebody could be older than you. So they feel like because they're older than you, they will project spell work towards you. Because they're older than you, they'll energy harvest off your energy. They will try to destiny strike with you, or they will paint you out to be the villain in their story. Because they're older than you. Doesn't matter how old somebody is. How someone will try to discourage you when it comes to your confidence as you being the woman or man that you're trying to become. They want you to fumble you, but confidence actually showed up for you. Overcoming the storm when it came to that testimony, you didn't have to do you wrong another day when it came to the next chapter in your life. It was never for likes and views or cloud chasing when they try to paint you out to be the villain in their story. Maintaining a smile, bother their mental health. They watching your every move like a bad habit. You would have swore up and down these fools addicts. The way they so invested in your time and day. They projected spell work in a toxic way. They wanted you to denigrate when it comes to your vocabulary, but self-love, hold on a second, you had to go within. Healing childhood trauma went into your adulthood, you're still healing. But you're not your worst enemy, they will never understand how you continue to grow. You was never understand that, hold on one second, they lies didn't add up. When it came to hold on one second, they was acting their shoe size. I gotta go! Always be yourself and no molest attention. Don't dim your light, neighbor. When someone says you don't have potential or someone tries to dig up your past to humiliate you, never give up on yourself. I was threatened that nobody will ever believe me. And I don't live in fear, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, regardless who's playing behind my page, regardless who's blackmailing me against me, and they regardless of what next door neighbor, any tax bracket, is trying to pay me out to be somebody I truly not. I do not live in fear. You threatened me already multiple times, and one thing I don't have to do is lie. You know, when God gives you order in your life, when it comes to direction, they will never understand growth actually maturing. You play with spell work in a toxic way, good day and bad day. That them innocent people's life because you don't understand your own potential to go with it. You can't even put the footwork to actually do your proper healing. You rather energy harvest off the next person's energy when it comes to their potential, or because you have your own issues. It be the train of thought for me. Like that return back to sin. I say that respectfully, but I'm very so much thankful God allowed me to see. God allowed me to see that the enemy was trying to test me. God allowed me to see, hold on one second. God allowed me to see that these fools try to humble me. But even on my worst, the end of the day, I still wasn't rejecting me. The energy is different. You know, when someone says that nobody's going to ever believe you, never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Even when folks is in the background trying to make sure that you become homeless or share everything from you, or they trying to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. You know, they threaten you like, where's God at now? When we try to destroy you, where's God at now? When we're disrespecting you, where's God at now? When we was in the background hacking your devices, gang stalking you, had your next door neighbor different in different vocabulary, thrown on tax brackets, telling you every move, and you didn't have to get physical, making money off for you, but you continue to choose you. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. I don't wish no man or woman or a child, and I say this respectfully, to be put in a situation where someone tells you nobody's going to believe you. And not only just tell you nobody's going to believe you, but when they threaten your life and say, we're going to have a group amongst the people go against you because it's F you, bitch. Nobody should have to go through that. They say real recognize real, but all the lies you had to tell behind your bad habits. You trained the thought, hold on 1 second. You put yourself in a bad situation. That's what you wanted to project toward me, but I still chose me to understand unconditional love. Regardless of situation, at the end of the day, I made the best out of it, love. We ain't the same at the end of the day, coming from poverty and pain. How much do you think you're going to take from me and be the train of thought for me? The impossible became the possible, showing up for myself, a dream come true, something that you can relate to, was choosing you. It's kind of funny how you call me a punk ass weak bitch at the end of the day, but I understood how to stand strong for me. I'm my biggest cheerleader when you did me wrong. I may get lost in my vocabulary, but hold on 1 second. God said I'm truly strong. That ain't just different. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm far from a hater. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. And loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. You know, regardless of who has you shadow banned, and you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing, or folks is gang stalking you, threatening you that they're going to bring harm towards you, or they're going to put you part of a hate crime, or they try to blackmail you with your past, paying folks to stay away from you so you won't understand your own reflection, understand your own existence. Never dim your light because God didn't tell a lie. When God maintained your smile coming from poverty and pain, they would never understand the hold on 1 second. They would have had to lie on your name. I don't run from my past. The energy is different. When it comes to maturing, I could repeat what he say, she say, had to say, and I say that respectfully, something I never had to run from. It's myself. I'm Naya, genuine respect. Today is currently July 2nd, 2025. Always be yourself, and I say it respectfully. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? God was never for sale, and I say that respectfully, and I don't worship the devil, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. Peace and respect, say respect your neighbor, stop the bunch, you got any word on them, you like, go, you never on them, you like. You know, when God sends directly into your life, that maturity is different, regardless they came from poverty and pain. They don't look at you like competition because they never had hate in their vein. Being authentic, they knew how to be their authentic self. They wasn't trying to make you the enemy. At the end of the day, we ain't the same. You know, when your past, when your reality day, something that you understood why God closed certain doors when it comes to growth and maturing. You know, when the right walk into your life, that body weight is different when it comes to maturing. I say that respectfully. Always be yourself and numberless intentions. You pour into my cup, I pour into yours. Respect's a two-way street. Even when folks try to do you wrong, who would have known that God was truly protecting you, not to overlook you? It was never for likes and views or cloud chasing. When God was shooting your life, understanding your existence. You know, God was never for fame. Because when the right people is truly for you, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. With no misintentions. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. I will always be myself, and I say that respectfully regardless of whatever regards to what circumstance it is. I'm nice on the spot. It's disgusting to see how people would try to blackmail you against you because you're telling the truth. One thing I never have to do is run from self. We ain't the same when it comes to being comfortable. I bother your mental health because I'm truly at peace. Even on my worst day, hold on 1 second, I was truly hungry, being on an empty stomach. You would never understand how I overcame. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's disgusting to see how folks say get yourself together, get your life together, whatever the case may be. Everybody's journey is not the same. It's not. There's certain people that decide to do certain things in their life, and certain people decide to go a different route in their life. But you always do what makes you happy. So because someone doesn't like the fit that's for you, that makes you at peace with self, never get discouraged, and I say that respectfully. That means choosing you. Because if you don't choose you, nobody's going to choose you for you. Because you got to walk in your own shoes. We're not the same. And when someone is trying to get their life together, it has to start within eternal at the end of the day. It starts within. So regardless if someone is in a temporary situation right now, you don't know what somebody's doing behind the scenes. You don't know what somebody's actually doing to better themselves. But you had so much animosity at the end of the day, the jealousy and envy was real. Or because your name was truly keeping the real. It bothered your train of thought when it comes to your mental health. Because someone knew how to be authentic and come out their comfort zone. When you try to project and be mentally ill. Or because who would have known you wanted to see them frown, let them down. But God maintain a smile. I'm now here doing respect to my conscience, not for everybody. Peace and respect, so respect your neighbor, stop the fault. You better wear it all damn your light, go you neighbor, all damn your light. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everybody. You know, there's no need for you to disrespect me. Like, you don't like my creativity, you don't like what I say on my mouth at the end of the day. You know, you can watch somebody else. There's no reason for you to have me on notification. There's no reason for you to watch me, and then you in the background making sure you dim my light. And then you trying to blackmail me against me, like, make it make sense. Like, and you say I'm crazy. And it's straight on me. Something's messy wrong with you, sweetheart. Yeah. And then you gang stalking somebody. Like, make it make sense. Watching someone's every move like a bad habit. It's not adding up. They still trying to figure out your diagnosis, only if you know. And I say that respectfully. Hacking somebody's devices, energy harvesting, destiny swiping. You know, us normal people, we don't have to do that. No, at the train authority, I hope you found PCO, like, jackass. It's a train authority. I gotta go. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. You know, gang stalking is real until it's your household and you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. You know, you wasn't part of someone's script at the end of the day. But it's kind of funny how they put you part of it. And then when you start to speak up for yourself, you dead ass wrong like a bad habit. And you far from an addict. I gotta go. Always be yourself. I'm nice and respect when it comes to my creativity. I work along good day, bad day, and misunderstanding. I'm far from a hater. We ain't the same, neighbor. Stay in your lane.